Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This week for my Game of Thrones bonus video, I wanted to talk all about the Direwolves. So because the show is playing a little fast and loose with what's going on in the books, I'm going to do a quick recap of where all of them are right now, dead or alive, and what I think is going to be going on with them in Season 5. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on the ones that are still alive. For the most part, the show has caught up with the Direwolves book story. Speaking of which, I'm also giving away another copy of World of Ice and Fire. In this video, all you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment below. At a certain point, I'm going to have to reference some things that George R. R. Martin recently said. He just confirmed some specific Direwolf stuff for Winds of Winter, or future books. So I'll put up an extra spoiler tag, but just general spoiler warning for everything through Season 4 on the show right now. So starting off, where are all the Direwolves right now? Grey Wind was murdered with Robb Stark during the Red Wedding. Lady was killed by Ned Stark during their journey to King's Landing, even though Sophie Turner totally adopted her direwolf in real life. Best way for an animal actor to leave a show, hands down. Viggo Mortensen actually did the same thing with his horse from Lord of the Rings after they finished filming those movies. Nymeria was turned loose by Arya and is still alive, presumed running around the Riverlands. A lot of this video is going to be devoted to her. She was the one that George R. R. Martin was talking about specifically. Summer is chilling out with Bran and the Bloodraven underneath the giant weirwood north of the Wall. Shaggy Dog is hiding with Rickon and Osha, and then Ghost is still at Castle Black with Jon Snow. Where we are in the show right now, they haven't changed a whole lot about the Direwolves from the books. They've just omitted or brushed over stuff. So 4 of the original 6 are still alive, and no, I don't think we're going to see any of them reanimated by White Walkers. I always get a ton of questions about dead characters people want to see turned into whites. Giants too. I always get a lot of questions about giant whites. I will say one of my favorite things about the Direwolves are that they're bonded to the Stark children just like dragons bonded to ancient Valyrians, or you could say how Daenerys' dragons are bonded to her. I'd go so far as to say that the relationship between the Starks and their Direwolves is even closer because of their ability to warg. The show and the books have never addressed if Daenerys has any dragon visions. Like, she has visions, but she's not seeing through the dragon's eyes in the way that the Stark children dream through the Direwolves' eyes. Anytime they have dreams of running around, it's like low-level passive warging. And I know George R. R. Martin hasn't said officially whether or not all the Stark children are able to warg, but it is implied. Bran's the only one so far that has actually explored the ability, but he's extra special because he's also a green seer. So there are extra factors in play there, which is why I think that the show is primarily focused on him when it deals with wolf dreams. Robb is dead, but if Lady were still alive, I think that Sansa would have wolf dreams too. I call them wolf dreams, technically they're warg dreams. The only reason I think we haven't seen the dreams from Jon or Rickon's perspective is just because it's non-essential to the stories they've been telling on the show. Anytime it costs millions of dollars to show something on screen, they're always going to cut it down to the bare essentials. It's just one of the many minor things that the show has cut out from the books. There have been a lot of changes going into Season 5. I've actually already done a video about that, so there's a link in the description if you want to learn more about it. That being said, because of all those changes, I don't think we're going to see any Nymeria, Shaggy Dog, or Summer in Season 5. Dan and Dave did confirm we would open Season 5 with a flashback, but Bran's group is essentially in a holding pattern because they passed their story in the books. They're just waiting for the rest of the show to catch up. Just to explain some of that, so at the end of Season 4, Arya is basically where her character is at the beginning of Book 4. Bran at the end of Season 4 is where his character is at the end of Book 5. So all the characters are at different points of where they are in the books. It's a little bit confusing, but it's really not that big a deal. It's just that there's no more story to tell for Bran and some of the other characters until George R. R. Martin finishes Winds of Winter. Unless Dan and Dave wanted to make up their own story, which I don't think that any of us want. One of the bad things about not doing direwolf stuff in Season 5 is that I feel like Nymeria is the most interesting direwolf. Yes, Ghost is awesome, but I feel like Nymeria is on a similar arc to Arya Stark. Not the same arc, just, similar. So I'm not going to be talking about too much book stuff here, but I'm going to put this spoiler tag up just because George R. R. Martin said some things in an open public forum. Technically not spoilers, but get into Winds of Winter, Dream of Spring predictions. So as the last time she was referenced in the books, Nymeria is still presumed running around the Riverlands with a growing pack of normal wolves. She's like the size of a pony at this point, so she's always going to be the alpha. But by the end of Book 5, it's implied she has this giant super pack following her around. Normal wolf packs in real life are like 6 or 7 wolves. They can get as big as 15 if there's like a really big food source nearby. So when George R. R. Martin says super pack, imagine double that. Martin confirmed that the super pack would play an important role at some point. He didn't say how, he just made it like a funny Chekhov's gun type of reference. For anyone who's not a theater geek, that just means that an author's never going to put a weapon in a story without intending for it to be used. So Nymeria's pack in this case is that weapon. We don't know necessarily if Arya is ever going to see Nymeria again, but she still does have her warg dreams no matter where she goes in the world. Just to avoid crazy Season 5 spoilers. So jump up north just a little bit from the Riverlands, back up to the north. There's all this tension building as Stannis marches his army to Winterfell to fight the Boltons and the Freys, who are largely fighting amongst themselves anyway. Even if Arya doesn't come back and start running around with Nymeria and the Super PAC, I'd like to see them make their way back up north and engage the battle. It'd just be sweet revenge for the Red Wedding. Thematically, I think that'd just be an awesome way to tie things back to Book 3. There are a lot more weddings that the Freys could have in the books, so hopefully the Wolves will crash one of those too. It's just that I feel like of all the battles teased in Book 5, the Battle of Winterfell is the biggest. I just feel like that would be the biggest payoff. And when you think about it, yeah, the Riverlands are a ways away from where Winterfell is, but wolves run really fast, so in wolf terms, the distance isn't that great. Add to that, the last time the Super PAC was referenced, winter was beginning to fall in the Riverlands, food was getting really scarce, and Nymeria's pack had started to eat people. Or at least stray people. Meat is meat, and a wolf has to eat. Not to rhyme too much, that was kind of unintentional, but you get the idea. Okay, so spoilers over. Big question for you guys to answer. What do you think is going to be happening with the Direwolves, either on the show or in the books? I know I did reference some Winds of Winter predictions. There's still no official release date for the book, although I'd put it somewhere at the end of 2016 at this point, maybe 2017. Fingers crossed that we don't have to wait till like Game of Thrones Season 8. Which reminds me, congratulations to last week's book winner, William O'Neill. You get a copy of World of Ice and Fire. Please message me on my channel for details. Real quick update on the Telltale game too. Some screen caps recently leaked. I'm not going to repost them here. It basically looks like Wolf Among Us, the Walking Dead game. Basically looks kind of like that. There were pictures of a couple of the main characters. I don't know if the actors in the show did their voices. I expect the release date for that to be somewhere between Black Friday at the end of this month and the second week of December. Usually new games are released on Tuesdays, so just keep your eyes peeled. When it gets here, my giveaway will just switch to copies of the game. I'll just give away a couple copies of the game. It's going to be totally awesome, so I will be doing gameplay videos on this channel and my game channel, which I've actually been sorely neglecting. I will totally do more gameplay videos on my game channel. It's just that there's so much TV happening right now. I'm just trying to get through it all. Feel free to leave me requests for other bonus videos, but be sure to subscribe to get everything. I think my next bonus video is going to be Targaryen related. Real quick too, the way I add links to videos is changing just a little. YouTube gave me a beta feature, so now if you're on your mobile phone or a tablet, you can see links. You can click on links like up at the top of the frame here, but the links over here will still be the same. So you can click here to learn all about ancient Valyria, and click here to learn about some of the big Season 5 changes that are happening. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I'll see you guys tomorrow.